Well, good day, friends. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm Franky, and this is the Think Tank. So I was just watching the intro, and you look at these kids, you look at this situation, you watch the detectives take fingerprints, pictures, samples. It's literally heartbreaking. This search has now extended to a larger perimeter. They've got their eyes peeled for this white car. There really needs to be some kind of resolution here for these families. And I have said many times, I personally have not eliminated the fact that law enforcement could very well have a better handle on this than what we are thinking. So now what I think I want to do is we'll go through a couple of these updates. One of them is this Adam. So who is he? People are already on him saying, okay, this has got to be the guy. Well, I have no idea who Adam is at this point. So I don't really want to speculate. So let's go through this and see what we can learn.
We started the day of the crime, and then that expanded as we got more investigators to the area for assistance, and we started putting together teams. And one of our team's sole job was to go through the King Road area, associated neighborhoods, and eventually
remembering that they are starting to get some of this footage back, and they are analyzing it and doing everything they have to make all of these videos clear so that they can see anything from license plates to hopefully who could be driving this car.
the main thoroughfares in the city of Moscow, trying to identify video through our tips, through our leads, some of the evidence that came in. We start to identify patterns. And like we said earlier, we are confident that the occupant or occupants of that vehicle have information that's critical to this investigation. We also.
So what I'm thinking as he's talking about this is, if this person that is driving this Elantra is innocent, then why have they not come forward? So I personally, I do believe that they are onto something.
Also understand that even though there's sometimes a fascination with a particular case, some people simply don't see the news and may not know that we're looking for it. So if we get the word out there, hey, maybe your neighbor has one in the garage that they don't drive very often. Maybe there's one that's just not on the registration database. Let us know. So far, we have a list of approximately 22,000 registered white Hyundai Elantras that fit into our criteria that we're sorting through. That's an awful lot of information, but it may not be all of them. So the public can help us with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am trying to close.
There are three.
So there is some sort of plan that is coming. There we are. They have some sort of plan. I really believe that they are on this. I think that they have a good idea who possibly has done this, but as we see in a lot of cases, there's a good chance that they just are going to need extra things to help them actually convict this person. These are my hopes. Again, this is the think tank, so I am speculating. So it's saying here, new surveillance footage has come to light showing two of the slain University of Idaho students walking through downtown Moscow with a man as they discuss an unidentified individual named Adam just hours before they were unalived. So I'm very curious. Let's see if they are going to show us.
3 simple changes I tell all of my arthritis patients to make.
Let's see. No. Okay. So let's see here. The video obtained by Fox News captures Kaylee Goncalves and Madison Mogan with what appears to be the same man known as Hoodie Guy, who they were with when they stopped at a late night food spot called the Grub Truck. So what it says here is police have already ruled this man out as a suspect. You know, they have not given us a name. When they say a guy in a hoodie, there's a lot of guys in a hoodie there. They're being sneaky with their wording, in my opinion. So in the video, it seems like it says Goncalves. Why do they have to do that? So they are saying that it appears that Maddie was asked, "What did you say to Adam?" And then it sounds like the second voice responds with, "I told Adam everything." So we have no idea who Kaylee was speaking about. This is just another new name, and it could be anybody. I know some people are literally like going through Facebook and Twitter and Tic Toc and everything they can. And every single Adam that is on anybody's social media, they're going to find. I'm going to do some poking around, of course, but I am not about to find an Adam and go, okay, this is the guy. Unless Adam's got like a white car, it looks like, then we might be talking a little bit. But everyone has to be careful when a new name comes out, because we cannot go out there and start accusing everybody. Some of the things that are happening to these families as far as social media is horrific again. And we'll get into that a little bit further on. So it does say that Kaylee's father, Steve, said that investigators were already aware of this footage and that the individual named Adam is not to be connected to the killings. So I don't believe that there's any kind of connection. So let's see here. I want to, I'm just going to take a quick look here for that footage. I did have it up, but now it's down. So what? Here we are. So how is it for you guys? Right now in the Rockies, we're sitting at minus 22 Celsius. So a little chilly. Okay, this is, where is that footage? I'm still on this. Okay, it's not on here. So what I'll do is, I'll do it this way. And yeah, let me know what your weather's like. I'm very, very interested. Okay. Ooh, these guys make me nervous. TMZ. I don't think I'm going to do there, so we will look a little bit over here. Got to be careful, you know, you don't want to get strikes. So I try to stick to, I'm pretty sure I've got it here, stick to the rules. Okay, well, I'll look for it while we're doing this. So we're supposed to get to minus 30 something within the last little while. Okay, so this was the last thing that came out from Kaylee's dad.
Thank you so much for joining the program.
Thank you, sir.
Oh. Come on.
Father, Kaylee Goncalves is family Shanray. Thanks for joining the program again. I promise to you that our eyes stay on this case and not let the case die. We're cooling off. Got to respect the down. What can you tell us?
That film, to the family, we've had that film for a while. I believe the business reached out to us directly, and after they had given it to the police. So it was kind of comforting to us because it's just two girls having a good time talking about, you know.
So it seems Steve might be in a little bit better frame of mind. What a horrific thing for any family to have to go through this. And there's 4 of these families and an extended family.
Asking about their bartender and just being girls on their way to the grub truck.
Yeah, so you don't suspect that this guy, Adam, that's stated in the video is somehow a suspect or anything like that. You guys have known about this video for a while.
We have, and we asked, and we did the obvious due diligence when we looked into that, and it was pretty clear that this individual was not a part of the investigation as far as a suspect.
Good copy. So, Steve, what can you tell us about the investigation thus far? We've heard about the car details being released as well.
So I did find the video, and we'll look at it after we've gone through this.
Is there anything that we can do to get some answers for you guys so we can get this suspect, whoever it is, in custody?
They've kind of informed us through communications that they've checked all the easiest paths. So like if this individual had this car registered to his name and it was just something very quick that they could just look up in the area and go right to.
So again, the number is, now I'm not sure if this is, I haven't found this out yet, but there is 22,000 vehicles that they are looking at. If anybody knows if that is like through the state or just through the general area, do you mind throwing that in the comments for me? I'll look for it as well.
His house, they've done all the due diligence there. They've done all that. So now they're reaching out and they're going to look to the community, see if this individual borrowed this car.
Again, interesting, because look at who they're walking with. Like, that's Jack S. As far as we know, that's Jack S.
You know, it doesn't appear that it's something that they have real easy access to. So he may have ran, and they really pushed the narrative saying, hey, if we can get these guys to focus on something that's really helpful, which is this car, and you know, find out if somebody says, hey, you know, that car that looks a lot like mine, I'm going to come forward and just volunteer my information.
See, that is where the problem is coming up. Nobody is coming up and saying, oh man, that was me. No one's doing it. I don't know if, you know, if you do that, of course, some parts of social media will jump on that person right away. But if they, you know, went to the cop shop and, I don't know, somehow had them clear this individual, it's much better than not saying anything and have them show up at your door.
And then, you know, they can figure out if somebody else had borrowed it or if it, heck, who knows?
You know, Steve, we talked about this off air, but one of the reasons why I want to bring this up is because I think it's critical to this investigation.
So I don't know if they're going to say or not. This guy is the lawyer, Steve's lawyer.
A lot of these young people were teenagers, and there may have been some illicit activity that was minor that they would have gotten in trouble for, and it may be preventing them from coming forward. What can you tell these young people to kind of motivate them to give up some answers? Don't worry about all the petty stuff. 4 innocent lives were lost here.
Yeah, I want kids to understand Dan, that this is such a big case that these guys have their hands full. I wanted to go out there and tell everyone we support the Goncalves family, support the local police officers, so much so that we want them to be able to work on this case. I know that this is way over the normal workload that they normally have. Plus, they have patrols. They have to patrol now. This guy's not caught. So
I'm very relieved to see that he has settled down a little bit. This is a way better way for him to be able to help his daughter and the other 3 kids. The other way, sadly, it was a distraction, but we can't fault him for it.
There were some rumors that I called these officers a coward. That was not for these officers. That was for a lawyer that was standing in between what the officers would like to release and what is actually being released. And I called that individual, and this was just about coming forward and saying that the profile is a male. I feel like at a month we can rule that that's not going to hurt the case. It's pretty clear. Even the coroner said this was a very strong individual. 2 people had defensive wounds, overpowered those people. So I'm just trying to steer the conversation into a way. So I have another son. I have another person who's going to school there, and I don't want him walking around those streets if it's not safe. So we know as a family what we're looking for, and if they see an individual looking a certain way.
So that's the video here that we're watching. That is that body cam footage from the band. I think it's called, I'm drawing a blank right now, sorry. But this is when they are in band field. That's where we are. And in the background, you see these kids go running through the back. And I'm not sure how many there is. I'm assuming that they've all been talked to. Again, assuming. And I don't think anything has come of it. There's a lot of young people in this area.
Way I'm telling my kids, steer clear of that.
Steve,
but,
this
I
is
want other families to know.
There they go.
Steve, this is your first, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, brother, but this is your first Christmas without Kaylee. How you doing?
Okay. So, yeah. That is what they're thinking of Adam right now. I just want to close this out. All righty. So we do know that they are making progress. It's just, it's not as fast as everybody likes, but that's just basically the way it goes, right? So let's look at this now. It's short. It's 11 seconds. I will unmute it when this is done. So what are you guys thinking of Adam at this point? Do you think that it's just basically, cops have this, right? I would think. It sounds like they've known about it for a while, about this guy. And the family seems convinced that, I don't know why the streaming's going funny here. The father, Kaylee's father, does seem, what? I'm not quite sure how this happens, guys. How does this happen? How does what you're looking at all of a sudden change? Jasmine, it's okay. I don't know how much I've tuned out there. I don't know how much I was able to tune out there. I'm sorry, guys. It is part of my station, part of my channel. She's here. Okay, we're gonna go back. I do my best to oh, it is TMZ. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys. I won't stream anything from them. I'm looking once again, just when I think I have it, right? So what I'll do is we will take another look at let's go over here. Yeah, Jasmine, I'm pretty sure she's been in every single one of my lives, most of my videos. I try to get rid of everything, but at the same time, sorry. So, okay, everyone is on edge since the unsolved quadruple unaliving, it says, grips the Idaho college town. I don't know if you guys noticed or seen my last live. Somebody's leaving dead coyotes around these different fraternities and sororities. We started doing this about 2017, so I have no idea what that is all about. So it says that basically everybody's in a non-festive mood, and the locksmiths have been replacing rolling rollers. Not sure what that is. Some have been getting pepper spray and guns as Christmas gifts. Few people walk alone, especially at night, more than a month after 4 local university students were unalived in their home. And his case, as we know, is still unsolved. It says that the streets are empty and the classroom of its largest employer, which is the University of Idaho, many of the university's 11,000 students left immediately after the unalivings, and others who left for Thanksgiving have declined to return. So it says the 25,000 people near Idaho's border with Washington state is not accustomed to crime. As we know, it's been 7 years. And then all of a sudden, boom, something like this. It says now the area feels like a garrison. FBI investigators, state troopers, let's see here, deployed an augment of 31 officers to Moscow Police Department and are looking for clues. We know that we've got something like 150 interviews, thousands of photos, and as it says here, the case is broadened. Although describing the attacks as targeted, Police Chief James Fry Jr. has been forced to concede the possibility of a larger danger. We cannot say there is no threat to the community, he did say to reporters. Everyone locks up their houses, they lock their bedroom doors. I mean, they're barricading themselves, and you cannot blame them. Police have been flooded with more than 5,000 tips, which many have been unfounded. Other tips, including one about the skinned corpse of the dog, were true, but they say they're unrelated. I don't think they know who did that either, so I don't know. Let's see here. This is horrible. Moscow Police Captain Roger Lanier says victims' families have since experienced harassment and received death threats. Forums like Reddit has more than 78,000 members. You know, this is the thing. Everybody wants answers, so they just start accusing every new name. So it says Moscow seems oddly quiet. No place feels quieter or sadder than a pale vinyl-sided house on King Road. Oh my word. So let's see here. I have no idea who would have done this or why they would have done this to Kaylee. Kaylee's friend Jordan Quisnell said to the New York Times, she and Kaylee were planning to move to Austin, Texas next year, and we're excited to see more of the world beyond their native Idaho. So this here is Ethan and Xana. So unbelievably sad. Police arrived to the house that morning to discover people huddled around the house crying. Inside, there was lots of the red stuff, the coroner said, so much that a photograph of the house obtained by Fox News showed the blood. Remember that red stuff coming down the siding? Oh, down the cement, I suppose, on the siding? Oh, my word. Last week, police said they were looking for information about a white Hyundai Elantra that was near the victim's house around the time of their unalivings. The occupants may have critical information, the police have said. So they are still looking for this car, guys. They have, as far as the red stuff, all the processing, the DNA processing is being done. They are doing everything they can. So I am going to look once again. And I just want to find that surveillance for you without getting myself in any kind of trouble here. I would like you guys to see it for yourself. This one will be safe, just has to be the right one. Yeah, I think we got it here. And it's not going to hurt the channel. I'm really trying to build this. I put a lot of work into it, and the last thing I want is strikes. There's a great group here, and the chat, you guys are awesome. Awesome people. Okay, I'm gonna make this bigger. I'll put the volume on as soon as this is over. Yeah, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Anybody that's just joining, come join the chat. Send suggestions to my email. It's just a great group. I know you're going to enjoy everybody that's in the group, and the group seems to have a great time. I love popping over and joining the think tank with them. Oh my word, no. How does this keep happening? Unreal. I don't know how that keeps happening. Okay, let's try this again. Come on, come on. And be the right thing. If not, I'm just going to put it in a little video for you guys and do it that way. Do a short, but yeah, I really want you guys to see this. Come on, come on, come on. Pop over here and hope that it's not going to be something totally unrelated again. Let's do this again. So she says, who is Adam? And then, no, she says, what did you say to Adam? And then she gets a response that says, I told Adam everything. It's brief, like very, very brief. I cranked up the volume. Let's hope this doesn't go into something totally unrelated again. Back here. hang on here. Maddie, what did you say to Adam? Okay. Okay. Listen for Maddie. What did you say to Adam? And then the response being, I told Adam everything. Are you guys hearing that? So hopefully you guys all heard that. I played it a few times. It's just brief. And this is supposed to be coming from their walk to the gut truck after leaving the bar. So yes. What do you guys think of that? I'd love to know because, oh my God. Like I said, we can't just right away speculate and accuse this guy of anything at all, but it is curious, isn't it? So guys, with that said, that is what I have for you. If anything else comes up, you know I'll be back on. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will absolutely see you in the next one. Bye.